Hey guys, I'm Daniel Springs. We're gonna do a new video series. We're gonna call it Dan's Kitchen. The master, aka Super Cow, has asked me to show him how to make some budget meals. Tonight we're gonna make some chicken scetti. So if you don't know what that is, it is spaghetti with Velveeta, Rotel. We got a can of cream of chicken soup. I also have 2 chicken breasts in here and just remnants of leftover chicken that is in the bag of the chicken breasts. I'm gonna boil this up and then I'm gonna shred it, and then we're gonna add it to our other ingredients later. Alright, now that my chicken's cooked, I'm gonna just pull it out, and I'm using my pasta fork to do this. I'm gonna transfer it into this. I've just got a saucepan with a strainer above it. I'm gonna save this water because I'm gonna go ahead and cook, and I'm gonna save my water because I'm gonna cook my noodles in this water because it's gonna have that broth in there from cooking the chicken, so it'll just add flavor and some nutrients to my chicken, or to my noodles. Now I just added water to my pot to add the noodles to, but if you want to get rid of all this fat and all this, you can just take a skimmer and skim all that off the top. But me, I'm not picky about it. I'll cook the noodles in this. And so you can see I skimmed some of that off. I'm just gonna dump my noodles in and make a mess because I'm doing this one-handed. But yeah, you'll want to put your noodles in for like 10 minutes. And now to shred my chicken, what I do is I take 2 forks and I'll put one in one hand and I'll just start scraping the chicken with both forks, and it just shreds the chicken. And we just want it shredded. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want it shredded apart so that we've got chicken throughout. So now I got the chicken shredded. The noodles are about to come off, and we're gonna start mixing everything together, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Alright, so since I'm not wasteful and I'm resourceful, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cube up my Velveeta with my fork that I use to shred the chicken with, and then I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, the next thing we do is we got it cubed, we put it back in the pot. So I got my noodles in my colander over here, so we can make our sauce in the same pot. You want to cube this up so it all melts evenly. We're going to go ahead and add our Rotel. There's the Rotel. Then we're going to add our cream of chicken soup. Get that in there. And then I'm going to add some milk. A couple cans worth of milk. So I poured milk into my can. And look at that. We'll get it mixed up real quick and see how that looks, to see if we need to add any more. Looks like that one can did the trick. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this on the stove, bring it up to nice heat to where our cheese melts, and then once it all melts together and turns into kind of a creamy consistency, then we're going to add our chicken. Now you're going to want to continuously stir this. I took it off the heat because it's got enough heat in there to melt the rest of the cheese. You're going to want to continuously stir this because if not, it'll stick to the bottom and it'll burn. Really, I'm just using my pasta fork to do all the work today. It's a great utensil to invest in. Chicken goes in. If you don't want to shred your own chicken, what you can do is you can use canned chicken, but my advice on that would be to make sure that you cook the chicken first before you put it in, because I don't really like the pink. It's not that it's not cooked or undercooked, I just don't trust pink chicken, and that's the way it comes from the can. So the next thing after we get the chicken mixed through, we're going to add our spaghetti noodles. Spaghetti noodles go in, and I'm just going to fold this around. This is why I use my pasta fork, because this thing is amazing. You just go in there and you scoop and fold. And I'll show you the finished product in just a moment. And here's your finished product. This isn't going to have much tomato or chili in it because I've got a son that's pretty picky about his food, so I'm going to kind of just peel some of this out that I haven't really mixed in too thick and thoroughly. And that's what it looks like whenever you have it just kind of plain for a kid that doesn't like it. And here's what it's going to look like for someone that's not so picky. Ooh, and I'm making a mess trying to do this one-handed. But, so there it is, Chicken Scetti. Now, what I usually do is I'll put panko breadcrumbs on top. You can also put this in a baking dish, put some panko on top, put it in the oven for a few minutes just to let it get more crisp. But that's Chicken Scetti.